Jojo Siwa is currently going through her bad girl phase. And it's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. It's painful to watch, to be honest.
She just looks constipated all the time.
I mean, that was a separate issue, but then this started. She just put out this song called Karma, and it has bad words in it. Ooh, and I saw this headline, Jojo Siwa reveals that she's not that innocent after all. Just wait until I drop that F-bomb, she warns.
I like the top comment, like a 3-year-old who found mommy's makeup.
Show them these photos of her looking like Gene Simmons, will you?
I gotta give them warning.
It's her,
though. This is kind of frightening
her Kiss
stuff. Viewer
era,
discretion is advised.
Her WWE era. Can't really decide what it's about. She said publicly that she saw Miley Cyrus have her bangers era when she like broke out from the Disney brand.
She's not skinny enough to have her own bangers era.
And she said, when I was 8 years old and I saw Miley Cyrus's bangers era, I immediately wanted to have my own bangers era. But it's just not really hitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels like a publicist said you have to have this era, and she's forced to commit to it.
Yeah. She also went on the Call Her Daddy podcast recently to explain the meanings of her new song lyrics that are incredibly raunchy and risque. So let's take a look at that.
Was when I started writing new music. I got out of my Nickelodeon music contract. I signed a deal with Columbia Records. Label has been amazing. And I started doing music. And honestly, we started off like pretty calm. Like nothing like what's out right now. And then I got pitched this song, Karma. And the first word is, I was a bad girl. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's a good song. I was like, but I can't say that. I can't say I'm a bad girl. I'm not. I was 18, fresh off of my Dream the Tour. And I was like, I can't say I sang Every Girl's a Super Girl last week. Like, I can't sing I was a bad girl this week. It doesn't work. And 2 years ago is when I started writing new music. I got
what I want to know, as I asked you before the show, is why she's wearing one of those dividers to get into the 18+ section in a video store on her head. Because I tried to get in there when I was a kid, and they wouldn't let me through. I don't know how she got a hat.
The hat is certainly something.
Her hat is keeping her out of the porn section of a Blockbuster video.
It's like a generic black hat from Walmart that she then bedazzled.
Well, I did actually watch the full episode, and she explained that her mother made that hat for her. So how dare you say that?
Well, her mom wanted to keep her out of the 18+
her mother's crafting
section.
Abilities.
Yeah.
I want to know what her mom thinks of this bad girl phase.
Yeah, well, she also said that recently her parents moved out of her house. That I believe, though, because she's just loaded. Yeah, she is loaded. And guys, if you don't know her background, she started out on this reality TV show on TLC called Dance Moms. That was essentially,
that where she started?
Yeah, it was essentially about all of these child dancers getting emotionally terrorized by their dance instructor, Abby Lee Miller. So we can see that she might have some issues from that. Then she got signed as talent with Nickelodeon. She claims nothing untoward happened when she was at Nickelodeon, in case anyone was wondering. That's what they
all say.
But that is what they all say, isn't it? But yeah, she's trying to justify this really cringy phase that she's having with, I'm just trying to break out of my child star persona, where like she was wearing glitter and sparkles and pink all the time. She had this like high ponytail. She wore these gigantic bows.
The problem is, though, and I get that, like if you are a child star and you're singing about rainbows and unicorns, the next week you can't, wear that ridiculous Kiss costume we saw. Like you can't do that. Like it doesn't make sense.
Maybe the hat.
She can make her own music. She doesn't need to go out of her way to go find like the most edgy song.
Yeah, but only certain things are going to allow to work.
Too hard.
Like the industry will tell you have to do that to be relevant. Maybe her mom just thinks she's ugly and is trying to block her face with that hat.
I thought she was
just make sure they can't see you.
Is she not Australian? I thought
no,
she was
she's American.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's from Nebraska. I think.
That explains everything.
Does it?
Yeah, I honestly thought, I don't know why I thought she was Australian. I didn't think she was American. Maybe
They're-
just because she's so cringe.
Comparing her
She's
to
trying.
the-
I agree in the chat. She's trying really, really hard, and it's kind of like when if somebody goes out of their way to tell you they're cool, they're probably not cool. If somebody goes out of their way to tell you that they're in their bad girl era, she's likely not actually all that. Which is like a weird type of reverse wholesomeness. She's like trying too hard, and it just comes off like somebody who doesn't actually know what they're talking about.
Like, our cringe of the day one day last week was her choreography for this song where she's just aggressively humping the air and grabbing her crotch. And like, the point of the music video, we can't show it because of copyright, but like, the point of the music video is that she is basically just like,
She's from Pennsylvania, so she's going to be the one campaigning for Fetterman.
she's basically just
There we
like
go.
humping the ground, and like there are these girls all over her, and she's just really into like,
I wonder if anyone ever said that's a no-no, Jojo.
they needed to tell her, Jojo, no.
Yeah.
No
No.
to JoJo.
No.
Yeah. hashtag
They're
no-no
comparing
for
her
Jojo.
to the villain in the Incredibles
Oh,
movie.
Yeah, I gotta pull this one up.
She's popping off in this new era.
How? I mean, I suppose, does she talk about abortion a lot? She'll probably be on the abortion train with Olivia Rodrigo soon.
No, actually. So this is interesting. They were talking about this on her podcast where she said she came out as a lesbian in 2021 when she was 18 years old, I think. And once she posted about that, she said she got like, she was talking about it in this most transparent way that was like, I basically came out as gay for clout, where she was like, I got like comments from Ellen and all of these celebrities who were telling me congrats and blah, blah, blah. And she says she got a ton of hate from parents who said, I'm not going to let my kid watch JoJo anymore because she's pushing gay stuff.
Dude, even if you're not like, here's the thing, even if you're not against like LGBTQ rights or whatever, she's a child star, you're not, that's
Sure.
You know, LGBTQ is sexual in nature, so it's like, why are you pushing that onto children?
No,
You know, that's a huge problem.
I completely agree. But she was trying to make it out like she was basically hate crimed because some parents decided she wasn't a good influence for their kids anymore.
Well,
and
yeah.
also, she was saying that Nickelodeon kind of freaked out, and she was still signed with Nickelodeon at this point. And they brought her into this meeting and they were like, what are we going to tell our partners? And like, they brought her on this conference call with like all of these brands that she had sponsorships with. And immediately what all of these people said on the conference call was, congrats, this is amazing news. We're already thinking about merch for Pride Month.
Oh no.
So immediately everyone...
It's so sad too, because the people that like kind of get sucked into that world, they don't realize it's just capitalism's latest fad.
It's just rainbow capitalism,
Yeah.
literally. And they were like, we're thinking about like rainbow Jojo Siwa bows, and just immediately thinking about how can we merchandise and profit off of you being gay. But she was framing it in the interview like it was a good thing.
Right.
Like she doesn't even know that she's a product.
Like they've just lost the plot. Like I guess capitalism is so powerful because they're able to fool people time and time again. You know, like
I don't think they care anymore. I think there's just a certain level of narcissism that anything that allows them to continue to be successful, they don't care if it has something to do with that it has nothing to do with something that they earned and everything
Yeah.
to do with something that they just inherently are. Like that doesn't bother them. Whereas back in the day, it would have bothered someone to be celebrated for something that they didn't have control over.
But like the 80s and up until like, you know, Obama legalized gay marriage, like it was about an actual right you didn't have. You couldn't get married. Now it's like, okay, no, I need to be accepted everywhere I go and championed. Like that's what it's boiled down to. And if that doesn't happen, they think they're being oppressed.
I think that Jojo Siwa must have realized she couldn't capitalize off of just being gay anymore, so she realized she had to...
Are you sure she abandoned
she
it
had
just because
to-
she's dressing in Kiss makeup? Are we sure she's abandoned it?
No, I mean, she realized that like being gay wasn't enough of a persona anymore.
I see. Okay, everyone's doing it. Yeah,
Everyone's doing it, so I have to break the mold again. So she decided to put on a bunch of face paint.
It's just weird because it looks like there's like
bad girl.
If you look at the thing where it's like Jojo Siwa puts on a very raunchy show, it just looks like somebody sexualizing a Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh no!
And it's disconcerting and weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
How old is JoJo?
She's 20.
Cabbage Patch doll age, and I don't like it. It's gross.
She said, yeah, it was Jojo Siwa puts on very raunchy show, including kissing background dancer in front of her mom at Miami Beach Pride.
No.
She gets Me Too'd.
After admitting she didn't invent gay pop.
So,
Glad that she like cleared that up. Thank you.
I feel really bad for JoJo because like, now that I know that she was a dance mom kid, like she's been just a product her entire life. She's been just, you know.
Yeah, Brett, like you might think this is ridiculous, but she was talking about what it's like to be a child athlete. And she, you know, you having experienced this, tell me if this is normal. Is it normal for your coaches and instructors to just emotionally terrorize you? Throwing chairs, screaming, fighting. Like,
I mean, in sports is a little bit different. Sports, I mean, they can be hard on you in sports.
I mean, sports is not like that, but you hear that all the time from like the dance. The dance instructor, it's weird. It's a weird world, like to be in dance and pageantry. And
she
stuff.
made it sound like this was just normal to her for her whole life,
because
and she never questioned it.
It's the parents living vicariously through the kids, and so that's why you get a bunch of this adult energy causing mayhem.
Right.
Go to the article of her where it says she puts on a raunchy show and scroll down to like the.
Yeah.
She's no longer in her pro wrestling days, a la the Blue Meanie. Now she's in her non-Crow Sting era.
Oh.
Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Oh, go up. No, keep going down.
What is
Go
this?
Down. Not that one. Not that one.
Wait, what?
It's like the next one, right? Keep going. That one.
I'm sorry,
she's WCW Sting now, is what she is. Before he went,
I was gonna say
before he
she's
became
still
Crow
wearing,
Sting.
like, these like little pride flag shoulder strap things. So I think the bad girl's definitely like she's the bad.
Is there a
gay
company
girl.
that's just called Pride Inc. that just becomes the unofficial like seller to all this merchandise?
Imagine,
it should just be a company called Pride.
A meme coin just called Pride.
Yeah,
you'd make so much money.
It's just sad because obviously a lot of her fans were much younger than her as she was growing up, and now they're still like her fan base is still a lot of kids, and this is what they're seeing their role model turn into. Like, I get that it's not fair to have a lot of pressure put on you as a child entertainer, right? But why was this the move?
She does look like the Ultimate Warrior. Thank you. That's exactly what she looks like. Holy crap. I mean, she's not quite as buff as the Ultimate Warrior, but she's getting there. She should have a thing where she grabs the ropes and she goes like
honestly, dude, if JoJo joined the WWE as the gay pop star, I think I might watch.
That might be her next move.
I might be down. Like,
you don't know.
She's already dressed for it. They don't need to hire any like costume. They don't like. She's good. She's ready.
Also, this is all so much like no matter how much things change, they stay the same. Like this is every pop star's journey, kind of these days. That's her era. They have to escape their, their teen years or their good girl phase somehow. Unless you're like Hillary Duff.
Well, you have to do everything. You have to be an actress. You have to be a singer. You have to do pageants. Like, you can't just, like, whatever happened to, like, Lana Del Rey or Adele, who they're just like, I sing.
Walks in front of a microphone, smokes a cigarette, and barely tries.
Well, you can't do that anymore because, that's why they say Jenna Ortega lost her popularity after the photos came out of her smoking a cigarette. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Fellow child star Lil Tay also put her 2 cents in, saying, I wish I didn't just find out who Jojo Siwa is. I wrote Sucker for Green myself, didn't buy the song or hire a ghostwriter. Please don't mention me and her in the same sentence.
It's true.
She's defending herself.
You don't have to like the song, but I appreciate the creativity because nobody's creating anything anymore.
Well, a lot of people are giving Jojo Siwa some flack because she bought Karma. She didn't write that song, but she's making it sound like she wrote the song by saying like, oh, this is about my ex or whatever.
So her being So I'm looking at these screenshots now of this music. I haven't watched the music video, but it's like she's just getting it on. So that's her idea of being a bad girl, is to just publicly displaying your sexuality, right? Is that her idea of being a bad girl?
Yeah.
Because that's what it seems like.
Yeah, and it's like
she's not like robbing a liquor store or anything, right?
It's way funnier if she goes the complete opposite route and just becomes a criminal.
Yeah, they say.
That's what I think of. Like,
they say
She becomes Florida woman.
right.
yes.
They say be gay,
Pennsylvania
do
woman.
crimes, but I never see them doing crimes. They're just being gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to do some crimes, or else I'm not buying this whole
softcore.
bad girl phase she's got going
It's
on.
just softcore
She just
porn.
knocks over a liquor store.
Just drives into it with her she has like a rainbow Corvette or something, right?
I mean,
No, she'll get a rainbow colored
I
Glock
thought she had like
19.
she actually does have like a pink sports car or something like that.
She
drives it right through the wall.
Jojo Siwa actually has 2 cars that are wrapped in her own face. I'm serious. Like, she is that much of a narcissist. She has 2 sports cars wrapped in images of herself.
In the chat, Funk Butter says nobody is creating anything anymore. There's more content than ever before. The indie scene in every entertainment media is huge. Yes, but they're talking about the prepackaged people that come from companies like Disney, that come from companies like Nickelodeon, or are off these reality TV shows that have to eventually move from one genre to another. It's all very formulaic.
Yeah.
And of a certain type of property.
I mean, do you guys think that Miley Cyrus's bad girl phase was more authentic, or was it just as
That felt
corporate?
just
No,
as-
she got ridiculed in the media when she was doing it.
Right, like I feel like back
Still
when
Did not want her to do that
back when Miley Cyrus was in her wrecking ball era, she actually got a lot of hate. Like when she did that performance with Robin Thicke at the VMAs, everyone hated it, and she did get a lot of hate. And I think that was justified, actually, because we shouldn't have disgusting displays like that on television.
If Jojo
but
made a music video of her going to church and praying, that's what would cause. That would be the bad
yeah,
girl.
but
That
the
would cause
culture,
media
the
backlash.
culture has gotten so degraded that we're just expected to do this now. And Jojo Siwa is doing the exact same thing Miley Cyrus did 10 years ago, except this time no one is shocked by it. We have been completely desensitized.
I think the difference is what you back when it was done before, there was like this veil of pushback from the industry, and Miley was the start of when the industry just stopped caring about the pushback.
Right.
And we've just
And just
evolved
started
to now.
embracing it, like embracing degeneracy to the highest extent. Even if it was already at that point before, what she brought to the table that was new is the fact that her public persona up until that point was kid friendly. But I just think, like, do something original, right? Like, come up with your own ideas. It's just bizarre to me that she's even admitting that she's copying someone else.
She's just like, yes, I bought the song.
Yes, I bought the song.
I love capitalism.
Yes, I am copying Miley Cyrus.
She spent $50K on her teeth.
Jojo Siwa did?
Yeah.
I didn't
Caps.
know that.
She it's in this article that we pulled up.
She's also talking incessantly
50,000.
about how she wants to like have 3 surrogate babies, and she already knows what she's going to name them. And
She got them tattooed on her, right?
well, now she says those were temporary tattoos, so I think she was lying. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very strange path that she's going
trying.
down right now.
She's trying.
Too hard. She's trying too hard, I think.
Most likely, like where something like this, they'll find a more authentic version of themselves after they do this, and then they have to just.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But I think like she doesn't even have an authentic personality because she was so stunted as a child star. But like,
And you shouldn't look for that in the mainstream industry, anyways. You're not looking for. You're not going to find a whole lot of authenticity when it comes to this genre in this part of Hollywood.
it's just so funny that everyone is hollering and begging for representation, but then the second they get this kind of representation, they're like, no, not that, like not like that, please. You get what you pay for.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.